And on this Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026 edition of Newsmakers, Don Lemon says about a dozen federal agents came to his Los Angeles hotel to arrest him last week. Haya Panjwani reports.
The independent journalist told ABC late night host Jimmy Kimmel that's even though his attorney had told authorities he would turn himself in to face federal civil rights charges. Lemon said on the show Jimmy Kimmel Live that sending the agents was a waste of resources. Lemon was indicted last week on federal civil rights charges over his coverage of an anti-immigration enforcement protest that disrupted a service at a Minnesota church. Lemon's attorney has said Lemon plans to plead not guilty. He told reporters he will not be silenced after he was released in response to a judge's orders. I'm Haya Panjwani.
Meanwhile, a bill that would send protesters who interrupt religious proceedings to prison is moving forward in South Dakota. The bill passed through committee by a 7-4 vote and would make the disruption of services a Class 5 felony. The bill will be heard in the Senate Judiciary Committee meeting today, where lawmakers will determine the next steps. Governor Larry Roden has endorsed the bill. A Methodist pastor in Los Angeles thinks ICE agents were wrong to conduct a raid on his church's property last week. Tammy Trujillo reports.
Pastor Irvin Adenaguilon says armed agents were chasing a local taco vendor when they ran into his church parking lot during a food distribution.
Carlos Chavez was not just a vendor, was not just the taquero. He was, and it is, member of a faith community.
Yesterday, various religious leaders met at the North Hills United Methodist Church to condemn what they called a violation. The Trump administration is defending the raid on church property, saying that Chavez entered the U.S. illegally. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
Pope Leo XIV is facing his first major crisis with traditionalist Catholics. A breakaway group attached to the traditional Latin Mass, the Society of St. Pius X, has announced plans to consecrate new bishops without papal consent in a threatened schism. The Swiss-based Society of St. Pius X, which has schools, chapels, and seminaries around the world, has been a thorn in the side of the Holy See for 4 decades, opposed to the modernizing reforms of the 1960s Second Vatican Council. In 1988, the group's founder, Archbishop Marcel Lefebvre, consecrated 4 bishops without papal consent. The Vatican excommunicated Lefebvre and the 4 other bishops. The group today still has no legal status in the Roman Catholic Church. And that's Newsmakers for this Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026 edition. I'm Keith Black.